Hari Om. Let's start with the prayer. Om Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhusya Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Gurudeva Deva. Hari Om. We are looking at who is a Jivan Mukta, taking some of the slokas of Viveka Chudamani, and we just completed the sloka 434. There are many slokas in the Viveka Chudamani, most essentially reflecting the Gita, Krishna's statements or description of or lakshanas of the Siddha Prajna. And Krishna describes the Siddha Prajna in the 2nd chapter and also in the 12th chapter and in the 14th chapter. The 14th chapter about the gunas and the guna atitaha, the one who is transcending all the gunas, means nirgunaha, and nirgunaha is same as the Brahman, and that's what is being defined. Now one more sloka we'll take. This is 442 sloka. We skip a lot of slokas because they are all defining essentially same aspects of the Jivan Mukta Rakshanam. So what exactly Saha Jivan Mukta Uchyate? So the statements are made, and we'll take one more sloka, that's 442. It says Sadhubihi Pujyamanesmin Sadhubihi Pujyamanesmin Pidyamanepi Durjanaihi Samabhavo Bhavedyasya Sajivan Mukta Uchyate. So here the statement is Sadhubihi Pujyamanesmin. So Asmin, that is essentially for a Jivan Mukta, we already mentioned about the nature of Jivan Mukta. It says Kulam Pavitram Janani Krutartha Viswambara Punyavati Chatena Apara Sambit Sukasagaresmin Linam Pare Brahmani Yasya Chetasaha. So because his mind is merged in that Brahman, so the knower of Brahman, as essentially the whole generation of his life itself, of the Kulam itself, is purified because of that Mahatma. So he is what? Once who knows that I am Brahman, says Brahmavit Brahmaiva Bhavati. That is a statement by the scripture. Knower of Brahman becomes Brahman. So knower of object doesn't become an object. Knower of a dog doesn't become a dog, or knower of a car doesn't become a car, but knower of Brahman becomes a Brahman because the knowledge is this is a car or this is a this one, but here I am Brahman is the knowledge. So Aham Brahmasmi is the knowledge, therefore knower of Brahman becomes Brahman. Becomes Brahman means what? Becomes infinite. But you say he is only finite. You are looking again under misunderstanding that he is body, mind, intellect. He understood that he is not a body, mind, intellect. He is pure Chaitanya Swarupam, which is existent and limitless, therefore Ananda Swarupam. So he understood that he is Satchidanandam. The whole universe itself is only apparent creation. Mayye Vodoti Chidvodni Jagat Gandharva Pattanam. And I forgot this sloka. This is from the Advaita Makaranda. Lakshmidhara Kavi says, Mayye Vodote Chidvodni Jagat Gandharva Pattanam. In me the whole universe is rising, and it is like Gandharva Pattanam means it is an imaginary world projected as though Mayyeva Sakalam Jatam May Sarvam Pratishtitam Mayyeva the Layam Yanti. This is in the Kaivalya Upanishad, Mayeva Sakalam Jada, everything from me only, everything is born. That understanding that I am essentially the totality from which the whole universe came. This is in the Taittiriya Upanishad, there is a song of a jnani. Ahamannam, 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 ahamannadau, ahamannadau, ahamannadau. Says I am food, I am food, I am food, and I am the eater of the food, I am the eater of the food, I am the eater of the food. But I am neither food nor eater also. So Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavihi, Brahmagyo, Brahmanahutam, Brahmaiva tena gantavyam, Brahma karma samadhina. This Krishna says in the fourth chapter, where talking about everything is Brahman only, Brahma Arpanam. So even the ladle is Brahman. Ladies, how can ladle? Brahman means infinite, ladies is only a finite, how can it be? So it's not from the form and the name, it's from the substantive from which they came, by which it is sustained, into which it goes back. Say ring is a gold, bangle is a gold, necklace is a gold. When you say it's not a ring itself, it is the substantive of the ring from which it came, by which it sustained, into which it goes back. Yatova imani bhutani jayante ena jatani jivanti yat prayam chabisham vishanti tad vignasasva tad brahmeti. That Brahman from which the whole universe came, that is that Brahma Arpanam. So Arpanam is nothing but existence aspect to it. So we remove the Bhagatyaga Lakshanam has to be used as a Bhagatyaganam as a Samanadhikarana, where Arpanam is equal to Brahman. So as though two words are equated, but equation doesn't seem to be valid at the Vachyartha level, at the word level, of the word meaning level, because ladle cannot be Brahman, infinite, it is an inert, and Brahman is consciousness, and it is finite and localized, whereas that is infinite, desakala vastu aparichinnatvam. Therefore, it cannot be applicable unless these viruddha swabhavat I have to remove and only equate the essence, and the essence which is countable, that everything else is only superficial, and this is a substantive, and substantive is what? Pure existence from which it came, by which it sustained, into which it goes back. That is equation, and that is what Arpanam is equal to Brahman. So Aham Brahmasmi is the knowledge of a Jivan Mukta, where I am part, because I am equal to right now, when I do not know who I am equal to this. That's why my ego is, I am this, and therefore I am not that. So it gets limited because I identify myself with the inner thing as I am. But in this statement is, once I recognize that I am is pure existent consciousness that I am, which is infinite, I can still be in the Upahita Chaitanya, reflecting in the medium here, and which has notions with the body, mind, intellect, and still transacting in the world, knowing very well I am Brahman. That's what his Jivanmukta is. So a Brahmavit Brahmaiva Bhavati, knower of Brahman becomes a Brahman. So from now on, who is there? Even if he is using the local equipment, the one who was the Jiva has now Brahman, because he has become Brahman. Brahmavit means now he knows Brahman, means he has understood that he is Brahman. Therefore Brahman himself is as though acting with the local mind and intellect, and therefore it is the direct vision of the Ishvara. So a seeker says, he recognizes his teacher is nothing but Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. So when he prays for this, he is nothing but incarnation of the totality itself, and that which is being prayed. And that understanding is also there. So therefore sadhubihi Pujya Manesmin. So Asmin, this Jivan Mukta has been respected as the Pujyamana, means a worthy, worshipful person. So people prostrate and people say this is all gurus, and all these things are only beliefs. How can you put namaskaram to a human being? He is not a Ishvara, he is only local guy. That's only I am looking at the narrow point of the mind, only looking at the form. Says, how can this be gold when it's only ring? And that's how this says goldsmith have a different vision. He says this is the value because it's made of gold. Another ring has no value, it's made of iron there. So you preserve this ring and you don't preserve that ring. So therefore you respect this ring because understood it is gold, made of gold. You respect this human being, he understood that he is Brahman himself. So Sadhubihi, the one who has a higher vision of the reality and knows that he is of high nature, because the way he transacts in the world, from that they know that he is a worthy person, worshipful person, therefore people prostrated, and therefore is essentially sadhubhi pujyamanesmin, and they worship. So a Jivan Mukta may receive the respect and the glory and the prayers and all that from people who want to seek knowledge. At the same time, pidyamanepi durjanaihi, whereas other people, the local people who do not have any clear understanding what it is, they think that this is another person and we have to feed him unnecessarily. So there is a story of Buddha's student going for a bhiksha, and Buddha went for a bhiksha, and one person abused him left and right. You are vagabonds and now so on and so forth, depending on the society. He abused Buddha left and right. Buddha just left without saying anything to another place, because he doesn't want to give another person. But the Ananda, his student, got very wild, says, "Sir, he is abusing you left and right. Why didn't you say something?" He says, he gave something, but I didn't take it. What I wanted is bhiksha, but he gave something else which I don't want, so I didn't take it. If you have taken it, then give it back. So that's what essentially. So sadhus don't take it anything, because he is already full. What can he take? So you cannot offer anything to him. What you can offer is only for the continuation of the study of Vedanta for those people, so that you can support the body, mind, intellect, comfort, so that the teacher can teach for those who come to him for that. And the teacher, such a teacher is glorified in Bhagavad Gita by Krishna himself, those who have understood and teach others also, and others who are in need of this teaching and approach with the request to teach. When he teaches, the teacher himself is glorified. And the Jnanadata is the highest punyam. You can give everything. You can give land, you can give property, you can give love and all those things. But what remains when you give? In other things, when you give, you lose something. So when you donate, you lose some money, because you are giving away the money. Whereas when you give knowledge, you don't lose the knowledge. You gain more knowledge, and also the other person also will receive knowledge. And therefore, the Jnanadanam is considered as the highest Jnanam of all things. And therefore, it's the Pujyaman, the Sadhubihi, they worship your feet. Whereas Durjanaihi Pidyamanepi, the people who are Durjanaha, who do not have clear understanding, they look at you as a menace to the society even. And therefore a Jivan Mukta receives both type of things. For one side respect, other side abuses also. But samabhavo bhavedyasya sa jivan mukta uchyate. So he doesn't get elated by people are praising me, a lot of people are praising me, I have too many disciples and so on. Other people are abusing me, and he doesn't get elevated. And that is samatvam. So samatvam, samadarsitvam is also samabhavam. When things go up and down, things are conducive or not conducive. Dukkeshu anudvignamanaha, sukheshu vigataspuraha, vitaraga bhayakrodaha, and sitadhir muniruchyate. He is a sitadhihi or sitaprajnaha. That's what essentially Krishna says, and that is essentially implied. There is a story of Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, and once the thieves came to the ashram and looted, and when they saw Ramana Maharshi, they beat him also. So when people came to Ramana Maharshi said, I also got some puja. So puja means beating here. So he used a pun on that. So I also received puja. And he was laughing and enjoying that also. So samabhavo bhavidyasya sajivan mukta uchyate. So ups and downs will not affect him. So this does not mean that a jivan mukta will be a doormat for everybody. Everybody can step on him because he doesn't say anything. He says what need to be done. So he doesn't keep quiet. Samatvam is not the ignoring the Durjanaha and glorifying sadhana. No, it's not that way. The people who come with sadbhava, he teaches them and respect them and give appropriate teaching when they come, and they ask the questions also. He doesn't go and tom and say, I'm going to teach. That's not nowadays they are doing it because there is no other way to there is no gurukulas and all that. But in olden days, people go to Himalayas, go to the teacher and request that, sir, please teach me. And when tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya, so Krishna says, you go to a teacher and prostrate to him. The pranipata is essentially flat down without stiff neck, and ask appropriate questions, why you came and so on, and with an attitude of learning. Then upadesyanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshana, they will teach. What is their obligation to teach? There is no obligation for them to teach other than their obligation to their teacher. So it's called Acharya Runam is there, where because they themselves were in the same status as the students, and they approached their teacher, and their teacher was compassionate enough to teach them, come down from that level and help the sadhakas. In the same way, recognition of that. So a teacher obligation is to pass on that knowledge that you have gained freely from your teacher to the disciple who approach you for the knowledge. And that knowledge is where Krishna says they will teach. And teaching is samadha, because samadha system is where equal vision is there, where those who deserve need to be taught, those who doesn't need not be taught, and those who need to be punished for their actions, that actions need to be set right. Samadhana Veda Dandam cannot be used by like any other also, but he uses for a purpose to teach a person. If it is a too much the violent person, you just go away from it. If it is a tiger, you don't go and unnecessarily go in front of the tiger. Tiger is its natural, it's take its food is want. So just go away. So there are tiger people or snakes and the foxes and all sorts of varieties of people are there. You don't need to go and get involved unnecessarily. But if it comes to that, you have to treat properly. Otherwise, you will be setting a wrong example also. So Krishna or any god avatara, they ruthlessly punish those who need to be punished, and with the compassion, just like the parent punishes the child for misbehavior, so that the child does not misbehave again. So out of love only, punishment is also. Out of love only, the Lord also punishes those durjanaha. But he has a samatvam, because he sees himself in that also. After all, I was there in that state before some time back also. I evolved from amoeba to single cell to become a gigantic. The Krura Mugas also, I have gone through the stages. Therefore, I have the same compassion in order to treat that. So samatvam here is samabhavo bhavedyasya sajivan mukta uchyate. So he is jivan mukta, who has equal vision in spite of whether people come and pray him or people abuse him. He will have the same compassionate look and well treating appropriately at each level. Himself is not affected personally because of the praise or because of the abuse also. Because he is reveling in himself by himself, and nothing can pull him down, and that is the Jivan Muktaha. So in the next few slokas we will analyze in terms of the karmas. What happens to the Sanchita karma, Prarabdha karma and Agami karma. Because is there a next life for him, and why is not next life for him? All that we analyze. With this we stop here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.